When I became a stockbroker at this jet set club, my clients and my buddies were extremely rich. And the reason I'm saying this is because of the fact that we would have an awful lot of fun. In other words, I mentioned before, I had a great time getting sick. Well, they had Citation jets, they had Lear jets, we had Maseratis, Dino Lamborghinis, we had toys which were amazing pieces of equipment. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is only one reason. I want to mention and share with you the finest piece of equipment possibly ever given to the human being. The finest on this planet. And the finest piece of equipment given to the human being is a Champion juicer. It's not a Maserati. It's not a Citation jet. Now, why do I say this? First, a Champion juicer because of the fact that it will last forever. I have a copper tone. Do you know how old the color copper tone is? Still have a copper tone juicer. Please get that juicer. Now, why do we want to juice? I do not want you to juice because of the nutrition. It's not the reason that I'm talking about. The reason that I want you to juice, and I want you to juice to get all of your health back, I want you to do it 3 times a day before meals, before every meal. Now, if you can't do that, do it 2 times a day, before breakfast, before dinner. But if you really want to get your health back, and by the way, if you juice and you don't change your lifestyle, you'll lose weight. Totally documented. But the reason I want you to juice is because what we're going to do is we're going to take every bit of enzymatic, energetic electricity that's in that vegetable, carrots, a half a beet, celery, and cucumbers. We're going to pour electricity into the body. That's what I want to have happen. We're going to pour enzymes into the systems. If we pour enough enzymes into the system, one major thing is going to occur. We're going to have so much more energy to make the organs and the glands work. It's absolutely amazing. Now, do the juicing first before you exercise if you can't exercise. And within 1 to 2 weeks, you will have things like this occur. Gosh, I feel like moving around. I think I'll even consider exercising. Please understand how that works. I want you to take that juicer and use it. And by the way, as far as the pulp, use it for compost. It is not in lieu of getting a meal. We're going to pour electricity into the body, and then you're going to go and you're going to eat a beautiful meal. And for those folks who want to know how to start, utilize the book Fit for Life, which is Harvey and Marilyn Diamond, which I eventually became vice president of American Natural Hygiene, where they came from to absolutely help a lot of people with understanding lifestyle. Or make sure that you get the book, which I don't have it because I keep giving books out, by Dr. Dean Ornish on reversing heart disease. Do you know that there's a cardiologist in this world that totally reverses heart disease without one pharmaceutical? And he's talking tremendously about what we're talking about tonight. Please consider all of these ideas, but make sure you get a juicer, get that energy in, allow the body and the mind to start to work again. Now, in regard to food combining, anybody ever hear of food combining? Let me first say this. When I was getting all my health back, and I focused pretty good, and I studied many, many different philosophies. I started with macrobiotic. I then went to Oriental. I then went to Ayurvedic. And I was doing much better, but I didn't get the nodules off my body. I then went holistic. I still didn't get the nodules off my body. I went hygienic, American Natural Hygiene, which comes from Hippocrates, Mises, Tilden, Shelton, Graham, Kellogg, Kolvinskas, Wigmore, and hundreds of other people that haven't been known about. But the thing I'm saying to you is, you will hear about the blood diet, the zone diet, the Atkins diet, this diet, that diet. They're all beautiful because they're helping people make steps. The understanding of it is, if I were to have listened to Ayurvedic, which I totally respect and appreciate, because of the fact that Dr. Ladd out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is the finest Ayurvedic practitioner in the Western world, him and I got along very, very well. If I would have definitely done Ayurvedic philosophy, Ayurvedic says I cannot put raw food inside of my body because I am very Vata as far as my dosha, as far as my body style. I had to go beyond it. The things we're talking about today are not good for one person and not another. We're talking about rules. We're talking about laws. We're talking about gravity. Gravity works for everybody. You go up, you step out, you come down. We have to feed the cell. We have to excrete. We have to rest. We have to do all of these things in natural life that the animal has to do for one reason, to stay in balance. So consider the idea of food combining. There's a chapter in the Fit for Life book that you will start to understand what food combining is. All melons alone with no other fruit. If you want to get real finicky, you'll do subacid with acid fruit or subacid with sweet fruit. And then vegetables only with protein or vegetables with starch. If we put starch and protein into our body at the same time, wow, what happens is the protein, let's say a sunflower seed, will call for acid enzymes to break it down, and these little guys are doing their job beautifully. And the starch, let's say from a yam, is asking for alkaline enzymes to break it down. And these little guys come in and are working great. But back in freshman of high school, remember when an alkaline and an acid meet? What happens? It neutralizes each other, and all the digestion stops, and the stuff that went through went into the blood beautifully, but the other stuff still didn't get broken down, went from the stomach to the bottom of the stomach and sat in the small intestine. And it rotted and putrefied and created the most amazing air as far as the smell that you've ever smelled in your whole entire life. Which, is, folks, is what rot is. It's what rot is. If we smell bad, that is a dramatic alarm. Dramatic alarm, because something is rotting in our body. Whether it's from flatulence, whether it's from your breath, whether it's from your armpit. And by the way, if you fast or when you cleanse well, you will smell outrageous. Outrageous. Beautifully outrageous. Because this junk, this poison, this dirt will be coming out of the body like crazy. And it doesn't smell good. Now let me also say this, when you get all your health back, all of your health back, be with me now. You don't need toilet paper. You don't need toothpaste. You don't smell. You're like that brand new baby. Do the wild animals need toilet paper? No, there's a perfect amount of the most beautiful thin mucus in the world with beautifully formed stools, which is used food, which comes out just perfect. And the mouth stays clean. It's amazing what health is, if you want to consider getting there.